Mom, what's going on? Where are we going? I'm scared, Mom.
There's a story of a teenage girl that I remember well. She came in with her mother and her two siblings, her younger sister and brother. They were escaping a pretty violent situation. The stepdad had come in that night in a drunken rage and started to physically abuse the mother. The girl and her siblings witnessed it all. And in the drunken rage, the stepdad kicked the family out in the middle of the night, and the family didn't have anywhere to go until the mother made the decision to go into this shelter, which was Newhouse. When someone builds up the courage to decide to leave and go into a shelter, their lives are turned upside down. Newhouse really tries to be that place of reassurance. Reassurance that you're not in this alone. It's really that whole person healing that the family can really come to and heal and transform, and then also be empowered to put back the building blocks of their lives.
My mother got married to a man, and he was pretty abusive. I was glad that she left. You know, I remember feeling relieved. We lived in shelters most of the time as a kid. My mother's husband, you know, he molested me. So by the time we came the second time, I was just kind of withdrawn, and I didn't talk too much. I didn't trust anybody. It was just hard. I can't even really explain it. It was just really hard. I had low self-esteem, you know, and I just didn't feel like too much of nothing. I felt like nobody cared. You know, my mother didn't know how to care about what happened to me because she didn't know what happened to me, because I didn't tell her until I was 14 years old what he was doing to me, because he was beating her. And so I couldn't tell her because I didn't want her to try to do something, and I was scared he was going to kill her or something eventually one day. This is a place where you can start over. This is the place that says it's okay, we're going to help you, and you don't have to stay where you were at. You can fix this. It's like, you know, a solution to a problem. That was where my help started at. That's what taught me how to go get help, being in Newhouse. If it wasn't for me coming here, I wouldn't have known where to go when I had a situation. I remember a young lady coming to Newhouse with her 4 children, with just a trash bag full of clothes, trying to figure out, did she make a mistake by leaving her abuser? She really was down on herself and hard on herself until she realized that she made the best decision for her and her children. And as a result of that, she's living a successful life today. And that woman is me. I work here because I care about this place, not just because I need a job. I'm glad to be part of the peace.
This little boy had hopes and dreams of becoming a police officer. I remember this little boy telling me he wants to be this police officer, helping with the bags, even, you know, putting them in shelter, because that's what he saw. He saw the police officer brought them here and make them feel safe. To this little boy, that police officer was that hero. The little boy realized day by day, year by year, that there were staff that made it possible for this little boy to feel safe. The little boy realized that maybe I should do that. I should be that person in staff to make someone else feel safe so it could continue. It doesn't end. And today, that little boy is me. When I came here as a child, yeah, there was no staff who were bilingual, spoke Spanish. There were no male staff, and so just with that, it made me feel very unfortunate and uncomfortable. Me and my siblings had to interpret for my mom so much. It was just hard to see that, and just hard to connect with some of the staff. And there's cultural differences, and sometimes probably the staff weren't unsure what my mom was coming from, where she was coming from. It was just hard. It was hard to maneuver. I think to me, what has been probably one of the best gifts in life is able to be that staff member, to connect with that family, to understand them, listen to them, and to be able to connect with them and just provide them with the services that they need. It seems like a dream come true. I used to have dreams about it, and I had always imagined this place. And just to be able to do that and walk with that family, but as a staff member, to sit in the same dining room, and I'm no longer that kid, to be a staff, I think that's amazing. I mean, I could look at these kids, I could look at these moms and think, wow, I was once that kid. I hope everyone who worked there before realized what I did today. I hope they realized what I did with my life. I hope they could be proud. And I hope I could make something different here and do something good.
If I had a chance to talk to that little girl today, I believe she would say her experience at Newhouse was pivotal in her life and transformative. When she witnessed her mother receiving services like therapy and case management, she saw her mom become stronger as her mom was putting the pieces of her life together. The little girl felt that the pieces of her own life was coming together as a whole. That story of that girl was 22 years ago, and that story of that girl was me.